So good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining me again here at the Good Life with Steve. And life is good. It's raining outside, so we're inside today. It's rained a little bit yesterday, and it's a little rainy again today. You guys keep sending that bad weather down here, and I gotta tell you, we're just not interested. Okay, we're not buying. We like our warm, breezy kind of weather, but it's a little rainy today, so we're inside. And I woke up this morning. And yeah, I've been meaning to do this. I needed to do a video that shares with you guys how you could go about finding apartments here in the Dominican Republic. And real estate agents want to talk to you about that. And this morning, and have coffee will travel. So apartments, and I'm doing this because you guys have shown a significant interest here on this channel when it relates to apartment hunting. I shared with you mine. Over 50,000 views. I shared with you another area, a couple apartments, thousands of views, then the rooftop thing. So that seems to be what you guys are interested in. Now, I want to show you this, but ahead of that, I want to talk to you about real estate agents because some of you have asked about that because you kind of need one to get into one of these things, or you're going to have one. So here's the thing. Real estate agents here aren't like real estate agents you might be used to back there in the States, okay? Real estate agents in the States are used to the long cycle sale where they have a relationship with you. Like if you call a real estate agent for the very first time, they're going to have sort of a need analysis checklist that they're going to go through with you where they're asking you questions like, what are your interests? What do you like? What part of town do you like? How many bedrooms, bathrooms you want? You like 2-story, 1-story, this kind of thing. And they're building this so that they can create some sort of a symbiosis with you so that they have some kind of understanding as to what you like. And then over time, they're sharing with you different places that you can see. And, they have an MLS that you can visit. I mean, so if you live in any town, USA, your real estate agent is going to have access to something called the MLS where they can see everything that's listed in your area, right? In your town or whatever, right? And so now they can extrapolate from that those things that match your interest. Okay, cool, sounds good. Well, that doesn't happen here. They don't work like that. Okay, the real estate agents here, they don't do long cycle sales. They want to just, if you say you want a 2-bedroom, 1-bath for 25,000 pesos, they're going to show you 1 or 2 of those, and they're going to be frustrated because you're not just signing a contract. Okay, I talked to Deanne, who's a subscriber here. She lives on the North Coast, and that was one of her frustrations dealing with real estate agents here because they're more like retail salespeople than they are the long-term professional salespeople that you might find in real estate, that you might find in pharmaceutical sales, that you might find in large equipment sales, someone who's selling to large companies like, for warehousing and that kind of stuff. You're not going to do that in a one-shot deal, okay? And that's what they're looking for. So they are more akin to the retail type take an order kind of sale. So, and I experienced that myself when I was looking for an apartment here, the one that I have. The real estate agent showed me one that didn't have an elevator in the building. I wasn't interested. It was on the 3rd floor, and I can climb 3 stories, but I don't want to do that every day. Sometimes I just want to go in and go up and be done, especially when I got groceries going back and forth. Then she showed me another one that was on the 1st floor where I said I didn't want the 1st floor. But as far as she was concerned, it was in my price range. It was the size I wanted. There was no good reason why I didn't just go ahead and move on it. I found this one because someone suggested it to me. Finding apartments can sometimes be a little bit challenging. And I worked with Omar, the travel man, who has a YouTube channel here in the Dominican Republic, Santiago. And we just go talk to not the real estate agent, but the what's it called? The security guard. Just go, hey buddy, what you got? What's going on? And you know what? They know what's happening, right? Most of what's happening anyway. And they a lot of times can direct you in the area that you need to go to find the unit that you need or whatever, if anything's available. But beyond that, there are a couple of websites that I can share with you that I'm going to do today because real estate agents. Oh, one last thing about real estate agents. Their business is siloed. What do I mean by that? Their business, they have their book of business and they don't share with other people. That's why I talked about the MLS listing earlier. your agent in any town USA. She see everything regardless of who it's listed by, and they will collaborate to make the sale happen so that everybody gets paid and keep it moving. They don't think like that here, okay? Everybody has their own book of business. Your real estate agent might have 2 pieces of real estate that you might be interested in. She might have none. She might have 20. But she has nothing more than that to show you. And what the girl or guy on, next door or whatever has, she has no clue. Okay. She doesn't know. They're not collaborating. They're not interested in sharing commissions. And they will hold on to something for a year to find that one person that might be interested rather than, moving it this week or this month while working with someone else in collaboration to satisfy the customer, both the seller and the buyer. So that's the frustration that we have here because we're used to a different kind of system. Now, you're going to need a real estate agent, and I'm going to show you how you can find one. Now, I've shared with you one here on the site, and she said that some of you all have reached out to her already. Let me know how that goes. I really, really, really need to know because I need to make sure that you guys are being properly cared for. Okay, because I can ask her and she'll always say she did a great job. And I think that she will think that she has, but you might feel differently. And I'm not here to, beat up on anybody, her or you or anyone else, just trying to get a feel for how things are working out. Now, let's get to a couple of websites that you can use to figure out where you can go to find out what apartments look like. And no, before I go, if you're not moving for another 6 months, you probably don't need a real estate agent to be talking to because they're not geared for that long-term sale anyway. And so you're just going to kind of frustrate them because that's just not how they think. It's not their fault. It's not yours. It's just how the world works. And it works differently wherever you are in the world. And so these sites can be of use to you so that you know where you can go and just kind of see what things look like. And then you need to travel to that place before you go. But before you, like they say, what? Look before you leap. Yeah, do that. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. And the first site we're going to visit is one that I was introduced to by, what's the guy's name? Caribbean E. Caribbean E is his name. He and his wife lived here years ago. They got trapped here during COVID. They had a really nice place, nice high rise. I think they're spending like $1,000 a month. They were, living pretty good. But she's Puerto Rican, but they grew up. She's from Ohio. He's from New Jersey, and they got married and lived and retired while in Las Vegas, Nevada. I think they've moved on to Portugal. Last I checked them out, they were in Portugal. They moved there, and I think they're having a good time over there. So watch for the bombs dropping. These people are nuts. But they were over there last I saw. But yeah. So she introduced this site. She said this is where they found their apartment. And so I'm going to share with you what's going on here. Now, this site is called Corotos, Corotos. And it has sort of a Craigslist kind of feel to it, if you ask me, but still, it's where a lot of people go to find things that they want to buy. And as you can see up here at the top, you've got real estate, vehicles, electronics, homes, and all that good kind of stuff. So we're just going to scroll down here. I'll grab this and pull it down. So they've got some pricey stuff in here, and they have some less expensive things in here. Okay, so for those of you who have a little bit more money, you want something in a high rise. Here's a 2-bedroom for $1,200 per month. Get out of there. All right, this is $1,200 a month, and we're going to step down as we go along, guys. So, but I'm going to try to move through this pretty quickly because I got two websites that I want to share with you. So if I'm not careful, this thing can run an hour and a half, and we don't want that to happen. So this place was put up on February 17th, so it's been up for less than a month now. Let's just enlarge this if we can. I know where this building is. It's right near what I would call downtown Santiago, but it's in a part of town that they call Villa Olga. Okay, who's trying to call me? Oh, no biggie. In a part of town called Villa Olga, right? I think this is more of a CGI here, but this is a real look outside, looking out the balcony. So yeah, for $1,200, you're getting a really nice view. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, very nice. All your floors down here are going to be solid surface. You won't get any carpet. They don't even do hardwood because of the humidity. So it's all going to be stone. Okay. But very nice, ample room in the kitchen. Bathroom looks to be somewhat modern. Very nice kitchen here. This is brand new, or at least it looks brand new. I think this building is brand new. I'm pretty sure it is. So this is what a brand new $1,200 unit will look like for you. Air conditioning already installed. Ample closet space. My goodness. That's a lot of closet. And it looks like you're up on what might be like the 6th or 7th floor, just looking out the window there. Very nice bathrooms. Very well done. And bathrooms, when they're brand new, notice what you don't get over the sink. That's called a mirror. Okay. They don't put mirrors in, so you got to get your own. But I got my mirror for my bathroom for like 10, 12 bucks at IKEA. And I had the maintenance guy to install it for me because I didn't bring any tools with me. This looks like your main living room here. And looking at this, seems 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Looks like it's about 12 to 13 feet from left to right there, from where that little corner is there. I don't know if you can see my cursor. All the way to the room, the wall on the right where the air conditioning unit is. It looks like about 12 feet there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there might be about 13 to 14 feet. So it looks like about a 12 by 14 or somewhere thereabouts. So there you go. Let's keep it moving. Nice bathroom. Looks like a shower on the left there where you have the glass wall. If you can see that, you can see my cursor. Shelving for those who like to read when they're on the throne. And of course, again, a nice sink there and vanity. There's another look at, I guess, maybe that's the same bathroom. Maybe it's a different one. Wait a minute. I didn't see a window in the last. Yeah, that's another bathroom. This is one. This is the other because there's no window on the previous picture. So that's what your bathrooms are looking like there. But that's a very, very nice building. And if you're in this area, what's called Villa Oga, you can walk in 10, 15 minutes, if even that far. Look behind that building to the right. See that? That's Agora Mall. There's the mall right there. I know exactly where this building is because there's like an entrance here, some stairs over here, and you walk up these stairs. You can barely see them. Okay, if you see where that yellow truck is, to the right of that, there are stairs that go up into the mall. You all want to do a tour of the mall? Let me know. I'll take you to the mall one day. We'll do it next week if you want to do it. Just let me know. But there's a mall right there. So you could walk out of this building, walk down this little alleyway here, and you'll cross the street. Be careful. They drive crazy. But if you go to the right, there's a bridge and a way for you to cross right there. So yeah, there's the mall. So you can walk to the mall. There are restaurants in the mall. There are restaurants all around the place. Within 15 minutes, you can walk to probably 5 or 6 restaurants. There's a movie theater, 5-10 minute walk up the street. And so there's a lot of things happening right in this area. It's a pretty busy area. If you like that busy kind of lifestyle, you'll have that there with a beautiful view. So yeah, I can afford $1,200 a month right now. So that is not on my list of things to do moving down there. If I back this up, hopefully I won't lose where I was. There we go. Okay, so that's what you get for $1,000 a month, guys. If we break it on down, some of you guys may not want that. I know there's a lot of stuff here you want to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this link to this page so that when you click on the link, it'll be in the description box below. It'll take you directly to this page. You won't have to go looking up and putting in all the filters and that kind of stuff. I've got it down to 2 bedrooms. If you put in 1 bedroom, you're not going to find very much, but go ahead and put it in because I know some of you guys are looking for 1 bedrooms. Let me speak to that because I haven't been able to respond. If you're looking for 1 bedrooms, you're probably going to want to look in, and you're seeing people show those. It's probably because they are in Punta Cana or on the North Coast. Because around the beaches, around the beach area, people they will build those 1 bedroom units because a lot of people in those areas don't intend to live there permanently. They'll buy them as investments. They'll stay there for vacation, and then the rest of the year they're going to be what is it called? Airbnb, doing short-term rentals and that kind of thing, like a month or 2 or 3, something like that, for people who are visiting short-term. Okay, so that's why you're finding those there. But when you're down here in Santiago, I am 2.5 hours from Santiago. I'm 4.5 hours from Punta Cana, and 90 minutes from the North Coast. So that's not what this place is like. This is a working class town. This is where people work every day. They're not living that, that vacation life. They're living regular lives. In this unit or in this complex, pretty much everybody's family. These are families. People have children, husbands, wives, that kind of thing. So that's what living is like here. And this is what really living in Dominican Republic is really like, in my opinion. Anywho, and so most of these places that you're going to see at this price point, they're going to have pools, they're going to have gyms, they're going to have all those amenities that you might be looking for. If you want that style of life, some people say it doesn't matter. I get that too. So here you have a rooftop gym. This was $950 a month. I know where this building is too. It's right there in that same part of town. Okay, so it's nice. They're walkable, but be careful because these people do drive crazy. They know they drive crazy and they ain't interested in changing. Okay, gym looks a little sparsely equipped, so could have a little bit more in it. Nice rooftop hangout there. This might be this is probably not an individual or privately owned spot. This is probably something you can reserve. You know, when you have guests over, family comes down to visit, you all want to watch a movie together, something like that. This is a very nice, looks like a primary suite for that area. Kitchen looks good. Kitchen looks good. Looks like it's brand new because you look at that refrigerator, it's still taped up. It hadn't been touched. Okay, so you get a brand new place there, not touched. Well appointed bathroom. Large living room, but it's fairly low because you can see the trees right there. So it looks like it's on the first or second level. So if you want a higher elevation, you might ask if they have something higher. I'm going to show you how you will find the representative for these things. Let's just do that right now. If you slide down here a little bit, it's going to have right here, schedule an appointment. Okay. You have phone numbers right down here. Phone numbers here. Okay. They have a website you can visit. Okay. When you go here, these phone numbers are going to primarily be WhatsApp, okay? Because that's how they communicate. They don't use text messaging apps that you'll get on your regular phone. So you can download WhatsApp. It is owned by Facebook, I do believe. So if you have Facebook, then you know it's about as secure as Facebook, and pretty much all of you have Facebook, okay? But that is where you will go to communicate with them in writing. If you don't speak Spanish, go ahead and download Google Translate. Type what you want to say or speak. Well, I would say speak or type right into it. Make sure you speak clearly. And then copy and paste that as it translates to Spanish into WhatsApp so that you can send your message to them. Because they're going to fire back in Spanish. They might even send you a voice message because you can hold down the little microphone thing and they'll speak right into it and they'll be speaking Spanish. And so it is important that if you do not speak Spanish, you let them know when you very first communicate, okay? So that they know that you are speaking English, all right? And that you don't understand Spanish. Now, what's around this place? Well, let's see. This rents in a cozy apartment located in the heart of La Esmeralda. La Esmeralda is right next to Villa Olga. It's all really Villa Olga from what someone was telling me. Shout out to you, Alex, who's a subscriber here, lives here in Dominican Republic with his wife and daughter. They moved down from the DMV area. But it's all Villa Olga, but it's like the more upscale area of town. You know, you're going to have nicer buildings. You're going to have more amenities. Buildings. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but as you can see, they look very, very nice. And so you won't be giving up anything if you're used to a certain style of living wherever you're coming from. And you can spend $1,000 or so a month to get there. Electric gate, access control, security cameras, air conditioning lobby, elevator. Got to have an elevator, full power generator. Now, careful on that. Make sure that the generator is not powering the complex and the building itself, but it's also powering your specific apartment. If it is not, then you might have to pay the money to have an additional a backup generator installed. So just be aware of that. Common gas. Common gas, what that means is you're going to pay a gas bill. Like I do here, my gas bill typically runs me around 10, 12, maybe $13 a month. If you don't have that, and you won't have that in some of the units that we might look at in just a moment, and we're going long, but heck, we're going to have to go long. This is going to take a minute, guys, because if you want to shop, you got to put some time in. But if you choose some of the lesser expensive apartments, then you might have to get a gas tank, connect that to whatever. A buddy of mine, Don, he says he connects it to something that sends gas all over the apartment. So wherever they need gas in the apartment, but they pick up a gas tank. Like it lasts maybe, I don't know, 6-8 months, and then you got to replace it maybe once a year, depending on how much you use it. So that's important. They have their own water, social area, rooftop terrace, gym. That's important. Enclosed children play area. Available unit features: 85 square meters. A square meter is 10.77 square feet. Okay, because a meter is slightly larger than a yard. A yard is 9 square feet. A meter is 10.7 square feet. So this is going to put you at around 1,000 square feet for this unit. Living room, kitchen with island, 2 bedrooms with each with its own bathroom, and then a half bath. So 2.5 baths. Each bedroom has an ensuite, laundry area, and then a covered parking space. And of course, you have porcelain floors and all that good stuff. Beautiful building, nice part of town. I would not be mad at you at all if you chose to do something like that. So this is what you're going to find on Corotos, okay? If we scroll on down, they get a little bit less expensive. 900, 900, 850. Then they go up 2,500. Let's see here. What do I have in here as far as the price range is concerned? Okay, I go down to 30,000 pesos. So 30,000 pesos is, what is 30,000? Let's take a look, okay? You all need to know this because, yeah, you also Agent Orange, he's making life difficult for us down here. I just want you to know. He's screwing up life for us expats. He's making life harder for expats. I don't care who you vote for. Don't matter to me. He's making life harder here. Because what we have here, remember I told you in several videos ago that we are converting $1 to 62 pesos. Today, at this point in time, is 59.46, as you can see there. 59.46 pesos. I'm losing money. I'm losing weight. I'm spending more money down here because you guys have a crazy man in the White House. And he ain't helping me at all. But anyway, what does that say? At 30,000 pesos, when you're looking at these things, that's $504 per month. Okay, so that's $500 per month to rent an apartment at 30,000 pesos. And that's what we have right there. But have we gotten that low yet? Let's scroll on down, on down, on down. How do I have this thing laid out? Higher prices to lower. Okay, so let's drop all the way down. 750, 650, 600. Let's go to the next page. Looks like we only have 2 pages here. Let's get there quickly. Come on, internet. Do it. 30,000 pesos. What do you get for your money at 30,000 pesos? For $500 a month? Come on. Go away. There we go. For $500 a month, this is about where you're going to be. Okay. Which is like, like middle class, kind of sorted. I guess they would consider it down here. The other area is what they would call a little bit more upscale. But my apartment, I like my apartment better than this one. But my apartment is 35,000. So 5,000 pesos is about another $100 roughly. Okay, because it's about 6,000 pesos to 100. So about another $100. So yeah, that's what we have here. I don't like these. I don't care for that thing on the window. Those burglar bars. I don't want to feel like I'm living in a jail. But they don't do security systems down here, so they do that. I mean, the bathroom's nicely appointed. I mean, so you're okay once you get inside. Okay, not bad. Okay. Bedroom is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 14 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 14 by about 13. So pretty good size. A queen size bed is 5 feet across. Okay, so you put a queen size bed on that thing. A king size bed is 6 feet. Okay, so you got room on either side for end tape or what do you call them, nightstands or whatever. I just don't care for the bars on the windows. Just not my style. Ensuite with the bathroom here, primary bathroom and closet there. But the kitchen seems to be pretty nice. It has ample cabinetry, built-in stove. So if you are moving to the area, when you look for unfurnished apartments, they will not have appliances in them 9 times out of 10. Okay, so they won't have a stove. They won't have a refrigerator. So you're on your own. And a lot of times they won't even have light fixtures, as this one does, as you can see. And let's scroll on through. Okay, so this is what you're going to find on Corotos. Okay, now to keep things moving right along, we're going to go over here to this other website. Okay, Alex shared this one with me, as I told him about a month or so ago that I might have to be moving too, and I am moving. So, but I'm not going far. I'm going right over there. There's a building right there. I'm going to that one. Why? Because I'm on the 3rd floor. It gets me up to the 5th floor, and I get a nice panoramic view of the skyline. Downtown skyline, mountains behind that. Makes Makes life better just to look at prettier things. You know what I mean? Anywho, let's see. What do we have here? Let's see. This looks like a place that I shared with you guys in the past. This is 35,000 pesos. Yeah, 35,000 pesos. What did we say 35,000 pesos is? We didn't. Okay. But this 35,000 pesos is about where you're going to be for quote unquote reasonable living accommodations. Okay. So 35,000 pesos is going to put us at $588.62 at the current exchange rate. Okay. And this particular one, where is this? I think I know what this is. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, let's scroll down. We've got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. That's going to be pretty much standard. A brand new apartment, appliances included. Air conditioning units are already installed. Brilliant. Bright living room and dining room. Modern kitchen, laundry room, 3rd floor with elevator, parking spaces, a gym, and well-organized residential complex at 35,000 pesos per month. Okay, so what are we getting for our money? Let's enlarge this. It won't let us. Come on, come back here. Ah, there we go. Okay, so this looks like the first. I think I know where this is, but maybe I don't. Let's just scroll through and say. But this is about what they tend to look like. You know what? Me and Omar looked at this complex about 3 weeks ago. Omar, the travel man, he's here in the Dominican Republic, and he was looking for a place, and he and I met with an agent over here, and we looked at that 3rd floor unit, and I will bet you dollars to donuts that it's this unit right here, because I think that's where we were, because this balcony goes way over to the right, just as this one does. They have huge balconies here, but anyway, let's keep it moving. I think this is it. Very nice one. He was going to take this one, except that it didn't have a pool. I think they said it had a gym, but it didn't have a pool. Okay, so really nice balcony. Not as deep as I like them, but no, this one was pretty deep. It was deep and long. So the kitchen is really, really nice. It leads here out to it had an additional bedroom for your housekeeper. So if you they do housekeepers pretty big down here, and housekeeper just stays with them all week and goes home on the weekend, looks after the kids, that kind of thing. Okay, there's a bedroom back there. There's a bathroom back there where my cursor is. There's a bathroom back there, and then the laundry room's back there, and then there's a door that exits out to the stairway. They call that the servant's entrance. So there you go. I find it amazing that you wouldn't give your servant entrance access to the elevator. You make them climb all those stairs every time they come up. But anyway, appliances are already installed. I remember that because I remember us looking at this refrigerator and thinking that's better than the one I had. That's a double-sided refrigerator. But these people have families. Okay, I can go with a smaller refrigerator because I don't need to feed 3 kids. I did at one point, but not now. So here you have your oven range in place already. Hallway. Let's go on down. Bedrooms are bedrooms. Okay. Ensuite here for your primary. Here's looks like a hall bath. Here's your secondary bedroom, and that's all they're going to show us. But I know this place. Okay, it's maybe 10 minutes from where I live, and it's headed south from where I am. So it's sort of halfway between where I am now and the airport. Okay. And if you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, I think I have a map here of Santiago. Come on, Google. There we go. Okay. So that apartment that you were just looking at, let's see, it is going to be right here. It's right here, right down here. If you can see my cursor, it's right down here. Okay. And then the airport is right there. Okay. But you don't have a lot of planes flying in and out. So it's not like the Atlanta International Hartsfield, Jackson thing, right, where the planes are landing all day, every day. But that complex is right here. It's called La Vera. This is where it is. Okay, so there's that, and then the primary hospital's here. There's a what's it called? A grocery store here called El Encanto, and then there's another one here called La Serena. Okay, and so that's how far you are. This is going to be about 3 miles from La Serena, which is the larger grocery store, all the way down to this particular unit or this particular complex. And then there's a nicer or more upscale, I'll call it, and more expensive grocery store right down the street from, because the one, Las Arenas here, go up the main drag, and then Supermercado Nacional is there. Just so you know. Okay, so this is just a map of Santiago de los Caballeros, however they say it. Anyway, so that's a unit there, and like I say, I'm going to put these links in the description so that you can find these easily. This is a website called Encuentra24, something like that. But you can see it right there up at the corner right. Okay, maybe you can. But anyway, let's see here. Let's scroll on down and see what else we have here. That's $800 a month. Some of you want to spend a little bit less. I get it. Here's 32,000. What is 32,000 pesos? Let's see here. 32,000. That's $538.17. But again, the exchange rate has been adversely affected because you guys have just a super wonderful, delightful president up there who is your leader, and he has decided that the cost of living was too cheap. So he decided to start a war, and the dollar's crashing, and so yeah. And that's why some of you guys are wanting to get the heck out of there, because you're not going to be able to afford to live there. It's going to get worse, unfortunately. But anyway, for 30-something thousand, what is it, 32,000 pesos they said this thing is? Yeah, 32,000. What are we getting? 3 beds, 2 baths, two parking spaces. Let's scroll down here. This is in Spanish. It's 139 square meters. That's huge. This thing's about 1,500 square feet. 3 beds, 2 baths, 2 parking spaces. What is that? I don't know. Anyway, let's see, 165,000 if you want to buy it, or if you want to rent it, 32,000. So $165,000. You want to buy that? You know what? You can build a house down here for less than that. But I guess some people like apartment living. So there you go. Nothing wrong with that. You like what you like. So this is the exterior taking it out back. You got guys cleaning the pool. Interesting interior. Look at the ceilings. That's sort of a custom thing they do to the ceilings down here. And that little inset there, they'll put lighting up there. Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. They'll put lighting up there, and it may be colorful, Then they have a second one here in this one. That wall unit there, that didn't come standard with this place. They put that in, okay? So this is like a marble kind of backsplash for your TV. You set your TV there. You can, if you want to do surround sound, and you can put your, I don't know, subwoofer and your whatever. Put a sound bar up there at least, okay? Solid surface flooring again. This covering on the wall over here, that is not standard. They added that. And here's another look at it from another angle. Over here on the right, you'll see that's that addition, and then to the right of that, you can just see where the corner where the TV stand would go, or the wall unit, whatever. And then this looks like dining room here, because you have these what do you call these things on the wall here? I can't think of the name of them now. They're like picture frame kind of things, but they upgraded with that. Look at the ceiling again. It looks like it goes all the way back through the hallway there. Let's go to the right, see what else they have for us here. Kitchen looks nice. Okay, I like the warm color of the cabinet. Some people like a lighter color, but to each his own. I like the black countertop. Nicely done. And it looks spacious enough. Looks like a bedroom here. I would take those things off of the wall or off the window. I don't want to live in a prison. But they did the ceilings throughout this place, if you can see this, okay? And I bet when you hit that light switch, there's probably a second switch over there that turns these lights on up here, which makes it, sets the mood if that's what you want to do. But then we're back here to the living room. That's probably a powder room there. No. Is this the living room, or is this a bedroom? Because there's a closet right there. Okay. So interesting look. But anyway, that's the last picture they have for us on this one. But you can come over here. Also, this is a second, like I said, this is a second website that you can use to research and find these things for yourselves, because some of you are thinking about moving. Now, some of you are not thinking about moving to the DR, and I get it. Go wherever suits you. But if you are looking to move to the DR, you want to go to Punta Cana, and you have a favorite YouTuber who lives in Punta Cana. I think one guy, that guy. I think he's from Ohio, either Ohio or Michigan. But he's pretty big out there doing videos down there. I can't even think of his name. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers in the DR because I don't want to be influenced by their content. Not that I don't like them or anything, but the more you're going to be influenced by whatever you take in through your ears and eyes. And I just try not to be influenced by other content creators because I don't want to be mimicking them at any point if I can help it. But find a YouTuber in a town or city wherever you want to go. If it's here in the DR, if it's in some other country, reach out to them and say, hey, listen, you guys are sharing apartments, if they do share apartments, and say, listen, is there a website that I can visit? Maybe you can, do a video that shares that for your viewers. They might appreciate, the heads up that they want to see something like that. And, maybe it gets them more views and likes and that kind of stuff if they're into that. So, they can do that. Here's one that's only 23,000. So if you want to go to the North Coast in the DR, I'm an hour and a half from the North Coast. I'm 90 minutes from the North Coast. So there's someone up there. I don't go to the North Coast that much. I'll go up and visit, hang out, but boom, I'm out of there in a few hours. So that's not. I don't live there. Okay, but there are some people who do videos up there, and they can share with you what's going on up there. Particularly for those of you who want 1-bedroom apartments, because they just don't do a lot of 1-bedroom apartments in Santiago, hardly any at all. Okay. 23,000 pesos. What is that going to cost us? Let's see. Back it up. 23000. $386. Man, I don't know when the last time I paid $386 for rent. I mean, what I'm paying right now is what I paid in 1990. But $386, that would have to take me back to the 80s. I mean, that goes way back. Okay, mid 80s. Anyway, let's enlarge this so you guys get a better look at it. Go there. All righty. A little bit larger anyway. Nice pool. Okay. You get in there and do some laps. Okay. The units, they're the exterior of the building, so you can see what they look like from here. They've only got about 6 photos here for us, but ample space. Okay. $386. Large enough living room that leads into the dining room and kitchen. I would imagine that if you hung a right, you go down the hallway and you'd be into the bedroom area, looking out toward the sliding glass door. And the balcony entry doors right there on the left. And let's keep it moving. There we go. There's your view from your balcony. Okay, balcony looks to be deep enough so that you can have furniture on it, relax, and not be all crowded or anything. There again is a look, like I said. Okay, now in this image, you're looking from the dining room into the kitchen, and to the right is the living room and the entrance from the hallway. And then here's your bathroom. Standard bathroom, nothing fancy or anything like that, but you can get in and get out and do what you need to do. I mean, how much time do you need to really hang out in there? They don't have anything up to keep the water from hitting the floor, so they might be able to add that for you. Don't know what their plans are there. Place still looks relatively new, so maybe they just took these pictures before that piece of hardware went up. Again, no camera, no mirrors. You're going to need to add your own mirrors. Now, I bought a mirror. If I told you guys already, if I didn't, I bought my mirror for my place at IKEA for I think it's like $12 to $15, somewhere thereabouts. And the maintenance guy in the complex put it up for me. All of these complexes will have maintenance personnel, and they will do things for you to help you get settled. So they will be a great resource for you once you get into the place. There's one for $35,000. There's $27,000, $24,000, $2,000 a month. This is in Esmeralda. Okay, for you high dollar people. This is probably a furnished place. That's why there's furniture in the photo. Let's see what you get for $2,000 a month for those of you guys who can afford that. Because some of you can. Okay, just because one person can't doesn't mean another person, can't also. So this place is in Esmeralda. It has 3 beds, maid's quarters with bathroom and laundry area, 2.5 baths, 2 living dining rooms. 2 living? Maybe they mean living room and dining room, 2 separate rooms. I don't know. Why would it have 2 living rooms and 2 dining rooms? Doesn't make sense. Especially spacious, fully equipped kitchen, 2 parking spaces, and it again $2,000. It's not 2,000 pesos, guys. 2,000 pesos is only like $35. You can't stay in this place for a day with that kind of money. But anyway, it is it's furnished. We're in the dining room, looking into the kitchen there. Nicely appointed, clean lines. I like that. A little busy on the dining room wall there for whatever that wall is to the left there with those squiggly lines. A little bit for my taste, but I don't know. You might like it. If you like it, I love it. I like the little passive, little separator that they have between the dining room and the living room there. Nice little addition there. And you can put some things there to decorate it, maybe your own home photos from your family and all of that. Looks like you're going to be on about the third floor here. You're right into the tree. So that's kind of a nice feel when you're sitting out there and you see me out there on my balcony sometime in some of my videos with the palm trees behind me. I think I know about where this place is. I've driven around that neighborhood before. Nice enough neighborhood. It's walkable. Kitchen's huge. Okay, you can do all you need to do in that kitchen. If you can't get it done in that kitchen, then you probably just can't cook anyway. All right. Looks like a primary bedroom. I don't like how they put the TVs on the wall to the side of the bed. That just seems like they put it, opposite the head of the bed. But they do that a lot here. So they should probably, and I could probably help them out on their design. Now this one, the TV is, at the foot of the bed where it should be. This looks like a larger bedroom here, and this is a king size bed. So that's a pretty good size bedroom. Moving right along, closet. Boy, you ladies will love that closet, I'm sure. And the husband, boyfriend, or whatever he is, he's going to have to go find closet space in another bedroom because you taking all of this. Women, you all manage to fill up any closet you have, however big it is, you're going to fill it up. I don't understand. Okay, but that's the woman. That's the woman species. Gotta love them. Okay, this looks like a secondary or hallway bathroom. There's probably a bathroom off one of the bedrooms. There's another bathroom, so we got a bunch of bathrooms here. Well done, nicely done. The entrance. Okay, so you're parking underneath the building. Looks like. Okay, because you got another building to the left here, and they have their own parking as well. Did they say what floor this is on? But nice building. And no, you can't just go see this apartment. Forget it. Okay, they're not going to let you in that door. That door that you go up those stairs, that door, it has a mag lock on it. They have 300. They use 300 pounds mag locks here. If you do not have a key fob to drop the power to that lock, you ain't getting in. Forget about it. And the security guard's just going to wait. He's going to wait. That's it. The glass is tempered, so you're not going to just kick it in. So don't get angry. Okay, don't get mad. Because the people who live in these spaces, they don't want just everybody just, walking up in their spaces, walking up in their homes. Because once you enter that building, you're in their home, okay, as far as they're concerned. Okay, so what you're going to need to do to find out who represents this thing, you'll call Joel Collado. Collado, yeah, because 2 L's sounds like a Y down here. 2 L's in Spanish has a Y sound in English. So this is Collado, I think. Esquire. Now he might sometimes they'll put Esquire behind their name, not because they're lawyers, but because they are licensed real estate agents. And you have licensed real estate agents, and then you just have real estate agents, which So you will send him a message right here. When would you like to buy or rent? You click on that. Let's see, we have 1 week, 1 month. You put 6 months or later down there, he's probably not going to respond. So you can put all your contact information in there. And that will get you that, and you'll be in like Flynn. There you go. Now, if we go back one, we're going to begin to wrap this up because how long? I've gone 43 minutes here, and that's longer than we like to do our videos here. But I'm going to leave you links to this, okay? You can see 19,000 pesos. That's almost nothing. I'm going to just, what is 19,000 pesos? 19,000 pesos. $319. $319. We're going to just look at this before we get out of here because it's so cheap, right? I say it's cheap, but you might say, well, I want to spend $200. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. Keep looking. Let's see, what is it, $300? Did we say $300? Yeah, $320. Okay, living room, dining room, kitchen back here. I don't know what this room is here. It might be a bedroom. We only have 5 photos here. There's your bathroom. Okay, for $300. For $300. Okay. What do you want for $300? Okay, $300. You don't like the third floor? You got the palm trees outside there. Nice thing going on there. They got looks like a camera. No, this is I think this is for the air conditioning unit. If you want to put one of those in, you have to do those yourself. There's your entry door where you come in from the hallway, I think, and then this is your balcony. Now, you can ask them to take those bars down, or if you want to take them down yourself. Cost me like $50 to have mine taken down in the new place that I'm going to. I went ahead and did that earlier this week, and then got it cleaned up yesterday. I'll be moving in a couple of weeks, but you can take that down because you know I'm on the fifth floor. I got a view of the living room, not living room, but the cityscape and the mountains. I don't need that disrupted by burglar bars. So contact. You can click on that and contact the whatchamacallit, the real estate agent. Looks like a nice building there, and get more information. Now, if the unit is on here, you don't have to ask if it's available. 9 times out of 10, it is. If it's represented by an agent over here on Corotos. Okay, you got agents and you just got regular folk throwing stuff up there because it's more like Craigslist. Okay. But they're both good references, resources for you if you need to get more information about where you're going to go to find a place to live once you move outside of the country. Again, if you're moving to Panama, what's the girl's name? She has cerebral palsy, but she travels all over the world. Can't think of her name. Really cool girl, but she does apartment rentals and that kind of thing. There's another girl, and this is in Panama. There's another girl. Her name is Latriva, I think is what her name is. She has a very interesting story. She travels. She's like in her 50s. Her husband and daughter died, and she just needs to get out of the mess that you guys are living in up there. And so she got the heck out of there. There are couples who, Panama is really, really hot. It is more expensive right now, though. Okay, so what you're looking at here that I'm showing you for $300, $400, $500, it's going to be more like $600, $700, $800 when you go to Panama. And what I'm showing you at $1,000 to $2,000, it's going to be more like about $1,700, $1,800 to $3,500. They got those really nice tall buildings and all of this, but it doesn't come cheap. Okay, but you can get it. If that's what you got, you're good. Okay. If you're looking to move like to the Philippines, shout out to Calvin over in the Philippines. I followed him for a long time. I don't know very much, but if I know one thing for sure: we help other people, we help ourselves. Good line, Calvin. Thailand, but ask them what it is they use to find good, cheap apartment rentals. And let me, before I close, I know I've gone extra long here, but let me say this. Again, I know that a lot of people are looking to get out of the matrix right now because the matrix has gotten, it has that extra layer, right? So, but you're not ready to buy yet. Although you think you may have the money, you're ready to buy. But I'm going to say this to you as a person who has lived outside of the U.S. for an extended period of time. You need to be wherever you're going. If you're moving to a foreign country, I don't care if you're moving from the U.S. or if you're moving from Canada, if you're moving from Europe, if you're moving to a developing country, okay, it's going to be radically different than what you're used to in your homeland. And you need to be there for at least 2 years before you buy anything, okay? Before you buy anything. I talk to people who have been here for 7, 8, 14 years. They say they wouldn't buy here, okay? I think when I say 14 years, I'm thinking of a nice lady. I bumped into her at the coffee shop. Her driver sat with me, and he and I tried to talk a little bit. He speaks a little bit of English. And then this lady came, nice old lady. She's like 74, 75 years old. She came and sat down, smartly dressed. She's so cool. She always, every time I see her, she's dressed so nicely. And she and her husband, she's Puerto Rican. She didn't tell me if her husband is Puerto Rican or not, but they lived and worked all their lives in New York. They retired to Miami. Miami got too expensive, so they moved here because they're not working anymore. And, if you're not working, your income doesn't tend to go up very fast. So I was talking to her, and she said something that I talked to a good buddy of mine, Toby. Toby's up in New Jersey. Shout out to you, Toby. I know you're enjoying that nice weather you guys are having up there. 3 feet of snow. But we were driving around. I was taking him back home, and when he was staying down here, and I said, the problem I had was driving by a building. I said, in a few years, it might look like that. There was this building. I said, a few years ago, it's probably very, very nice, but it hadn't been well kept. This lady told me, she said, don't buy in any of these buildings. Just rent them because they don't always maintain them. They say they have maintenance, but your idea of maintenance, like what she was probably used to in South Florida, when they take care of a building, it's always pristine and nice. their idea is not going to be the same as what your idea of maintaining that building is. And so just rent. I spoke with another guy. Now he and his wife, they've been here for 7 years. Cool couple. I think he's 74. I don't know how old his wife is. Great people. I was at their home for a couple. I've been at home several times, but last time I was there, we watched the Super Bowl together. But he said he ain't interested in buying. He said, I got money coming in. Why shell out $200,000 to buy a place? Man, I'm in the fourth quarter. I'm not going to ever spend $600 a month, renting or that'll add up to $300,000. So I'll just rent, right? If rent's that cheap, why buy? But even if you want to buy, you need to be here for an extended period of time so that you get past the novelty of the place, okay? Because there are going to be some things that you think are really cute when you first get here, but after a while, you're going to be like, I don't like that no more. Okay, it's like when you date somebody, right? You date them, and there's certain thing they do that you think is cute, but after a while, you're like, would you just stop doing that? Okay, so you're going to find some things that are going to be pretty much deal breakers to you, and you're not gonna really know that until you get past that 12-month period and you begin to settle in. And it's at that 2-year period that it starts feeling like what it's going to really be for you. Okay. And if it feels like home, then okay, you're ready to buy. If it does not feel like home, maybe you're still not. Maybe it's not a place for you to buy. And another reason, you buy a home here, say you buy a home for, I don't know, $150,000, $200,000, whatever it is, right? Well, when you get ready to sell it, there's one right next door, brand new, same price. So why would I buy yours if it's used? Okay, so you need to sell it to me for less, which means you got to sell it to me at a loss. And that is what a lot of people end up doing when they move outside of the U.S. They go to some place, they buy a home because they think, I just need to buy, I should own, because that's what everybody's going to tell you. You need to buy. You get there, and after a year or so, you realize that it's not the place for you. And that's okay. But if you bought something and now you've got to sell it, and right next door is a house, because they're constantly building new homes down here, is a house that's for sale for the same price, you got to sell yours for less to compete with the new one. That's just how it goes. That's just business. Okay. If I come to your house and you got stuff all on the walls and everything going on, it looks like you, and for you, that's fine. But for me, the new purchaser, I like that new house over there where they don't have any pictures on the walls and I don't have to paint or anything, and it's move-in ready and nothing's been touched. Nobody's showered. Nobody's used the throne. The kitchens, nobody touched it. That's a better deal than what you have at the same price. Even though and what happens is we have an emotional attachment to what it is that we own, and we think our emotions are valuable to somebody who has no emotional attachment to it. So, excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. But I just want I want us to be realistic about what it is we're doing, and try to see things from the eyes of the prospective buyer. Should you decide to go back, and then I'll finish with this because I just thought about it. I saw a video by I think it's called According to Briggs, or The World According to Briggs. He spells it Briggs. He has a YouTube channel, and I stumbled across his YouTube channel years ago, and it just showed up again in my feed last week. And he did a video about the percentage of people who become expats and then end up going back. And so go check out, I think it's The World According to Briggs, or just According to Briggs. And he did that video. He did a number of countries. He didn't do the DR, but he did like Portugal and wherever, Mexico and all of that. And so a good percentage of you are not going to be happy when you get outside the U.S. just because somebody else is. My experience and my joy here is not going to equate to yours. It's just my experience. And I appreciate the extent to which many of you have, shown your appreciation for my channel. You've liked, you subscribed, you commented, and all of that means a lot to me. But if you come here, I'm happy to show you around, to talk to you, to help you out to the extent that I can. But still, it's just my perspective, and yours is going to be radically different. Well, maybe not radically, but different nonetheless. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share this with you because I think it might be helpful to a lot of you who are who are looking to get outside of the matrix, who are looking to, do something different, who are looking to leave for various reasons. And quite honestly, most of you are looking to leave because it's just too darn expensive to stay there. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me, guys. And until next time, many blessings.